Welcome back to the table. You are with Finding a Toria. We are a weekly TTRPG podcast that talks about all things that we can come up with in regards to TTRPGs.
Throwing it at the wall.
Right? We're a group of friends, today a group of 3, that likes to get into all of this and have fun and hopefully invite others to join us in the chaos and wonder of tabletop role-playing games.
It's about damn time we had a little chaos and wonder on the program.
We got the chaos down.
We're good at that.
We're light on the wonder.
I am with Malcolm.
Good morning.
And Tori.
Hello.
Today in the studio, I am Arcadia, and I am excited for us to talk today about what is new and coming up in our world in TTRPGs, and particularly because it's the time of year where we are all gearing up for that wonderful annual event that happens in Indianapolis in August.
To look a lot like GenCon.
Yep.
So with GenCon coming up in the next few months, all the big companies, all the little companies, everybody in between is getting ready for GenCon.
Ready
so
for the drop.
What's the news? What's the scuttlebutt? What are we hearing about what's coming our way?
There's so much going on. Yeah, so Tori and I kind of attacked this from 2 different angles, and I kind of went out and looked at what the indie scene was prepping and what was happening from your indie game creator standpoint, your smaller companies, your not as well known. And I think if I'm correct, Bird, you stomp me on the toe. You went the other side.
I went with the big names.
The big names and your
some of the other stuff.
Good deal. So there's a lot going on there. We could talk about whatever.
We could do a roll-off for who gets to go first.
For a TTRPG podcast, we do not have one die in the studio. We gamed on Friday. And
I know.
And it's all still sitting on the table where we gamed.
Somebody forgot to clean up, and I don't know if he's talking right now or not.
All right. Bert, why don't you share with us what's coming up from the big boys?
From the big boys, like if Dungeon Crawler Crawler
Easy
wow.
for you to say.
Dungeon Crawler Carl. There we go.
Yes.
It's coming out.
Just started a game called Dungeon Crawler.
Crawl. Damn it. They are releasing an RPG and basically a deck building with Unstoppable.
Okay.
They're using that format for the Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Right on. Who's the they? Who's the money behind the dream on
Renegade.
This one? Renegade's got a hold of it. Okay.
Yep.
So what is? I'm unfamiliar with Unstoppable. What?
I think it's one of those deck building games that has it's
System.
yeah.
Okay.
But then they've got the actual RPG, which I don't know what that bases off as, but I didn't have that much down for it. Other than they're riding the coattails of the TV show.
Okay.
Which was based on the book series.
Yep.
Okay.
The book series. And there's a graphic novel, a web comic.
People can't get enough of this
TV,
freaking property, right?
It was literary RPG, which I looked at. It's a literary RPG, which it's kind of like, which used to be like the kind of choose your own adventure, but it would be sci-fi fantasy, but you'd get stat blocks.
Okay, inside
of the characters.
Okay.
And the bad guys and that kind of stuff. It shows you basically, I mean, and for any of us, you've seen stat blocks, you know, oh, that guy's probably going to do this.
Right.
Or that's what he's going to be good at. Mm-hmm. So.
And this was sort of the natural progression, I'm gathering, of the popularity of those things now gone to video media, now gone to, you know, other things, that the RPG was the next logical progression there. And Renegade Game Studios, they have $13.3 million
just on that.
Just on that property.
Yep. Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're backed.
Yep.
They're backed very well.
Crowdfunded. Mm-hmm. So, but still, it's cool. Exactly like it's a drop in the bucket that all of a sudden it's like, oh, I don't think we knew this was going to get this big, but
But it did.
But it did.
If you want to get in on this, estimated ship is October 31st of this year.
All right.
Yep. Another one is Six-Sided Seas, which is apparently you use your dice to generate a crew member. It's a pirate one. But they have like playmats, and so it sounds almost tipping into board game.
Okay.
But it still seems to stay in that same area if you're generating crew characters with dice.
Right.
I mean, and it's a pirate game.
And I feel like a lot of that's sort of a trend we're seeing in general with TTRPGs right now is that they're maintaining that it's a tabletop RPG game, but they're pulling in a lot of elements from deck building games, from board games.
And you've got to think that if that's your industries, TTRPGs, you're silly not to grab that adjacent industry of people that, you know, grew up on MTG, that love the card deck building and those sorts of things. And then once again, your board game players are huge.
Yep.
So yeah, that they're doing more with amalgamation to make it appealing to all sectors in some way.
Yeah. The thing I thought was interesting, you know, I feel like when you're getting into TTRPGs, I feel like the price point for just like the basic books and stuff is around that $50-$60 mark. And I was just noticing Six-Sided Seas, they're saying is like a $25 entry point. I'm like, hey, that's accessible too.
And a lot of what you're seeing as well is that people don't want the books,
right,
just the books anymore. They want an entire game environment where I've got an app, I've got a Discord channel, I've got decks, I've got, and you know, a couple of books too.
And yeah, I was gonna say it's almost like it's one of two extremes. You either want everything low price or no price and available
PDF,
digitally.
Yep, which is where it's going.
Or if I'm going to spend money on something hard copy, I want the most beautiful, gorgeous quality, and it needs to be more than just a booklet.
A set.
Yeah.
I want my box set and things of that nature.
I was going to say they have, and I'll go for the board games all together. So Star Trek Space Hunt, which is another board game, and it's from Madagascar. It's 2 to 4 players. So there's another big name.
Okay.
And those are new games coming out? Mm-hmm. Okay. So we can play Dune and Star Wars and Star Trek.
Yep. And then...
Yes!
Stargate. Wait. Batman.
Ooh. Batman.
Enemies of Gotham. Yep, Gotham City, which is a board game, but it's an area control board game.
Yep.
So you can play like some of the gangsters, obviously.
Oh.
Okay.
You get a bad guy and a hero, and then have to go from there.
Enemies of Gotham.
Oh.
Yep.
All right.
Very cool.
Brave and Bold, which is a bag building combat game, which it has tokens rather than cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you throw them in the bag, and then you blind pick, but you can stack the bag.
Right.
So, and that one's in the DC universe.
Little random outcome generator through tokens. Yep.
That one's in the DC universe. I think that's the big ones that aren't necessarily TTRPGs. The Fury of Dracula is dropping its 5th edition.
Okay.
I don't know very much about that at all. The Rock Hard 1977 Ear Candy, which apparently you can like make your own songs.
Like very cool.
45 revolutions per minute.
Oh my God.
Look at that face. Look at that face.
In numerous ways. And then you have to go promote them and do all this other stuff. And
I couldn't carry a tune on a feather, but I love the premise of that as you're role playing an up and coming band, and you can actually record.
You can make like songs.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's an interesting new concept.
They have Rock Hard. They have other Rock Hards, so it's just this one. But I was going to say some of the other big names too, like because we got to talk about. We already talked about Daggerheart, Hope and Fear. We already talked about that dropping.
Yes.
That will.
And they are going to have a heavy presence at the con, and they're pushing, but they're out there with a lot of other games. That's what it is. Not just Daggerheart. That is Darrington Press, and
there's tons of board games.
So what about our big guy?
Okay.
What's WotC doing?
WotC, it doesn't look like they're going to have it. They don't really have that much new stuff to drop. Like they drop it
just constantly.
Regardless.
Yeah.
What they are doing is the Tower Takeover. And they're going to the IRT, which is the Indiana Repertory Theater. It's really pretty. It's a theater in downtown Indianapolis. They're taking it over and making it 6 stories of dungeon.
So it's not a new game drop. It's just a new approach to something they're doing
It's
at GenCon.
$84 extra because you got to go to the IRT, but you get 6 stories of
game
D&D. Like they have a concert, they have Dungeon Master game to watch, they have it's roll for doggies or something. The puppy roll. There we go.
$84, you said.
$84.
6 stories, you said.
6 stories at the IRT. Which is
when is that happening?
Oh, I don't have the date, but I think it's probably Saturday or Friday.
I'm gonna spend $79 and run a competing event at a local Ramada.
Do we have a local Ramada?
And I'm charging people $20.
There you go. Cyberpunk is coming out with a new something. Yes. I don't have very much about that either. It was just in mention. So obviously they're not launching hard if I'm just getting pieces.
Gotcha.
Vampire the Masquerade.
It's about damn time.
I know. I've been waiting.
I know. That's why I left my biggest one for last. What they're going to do, they have the public play test at GenCon for 6th edition.
Yep.
Okay, so they're dropping a new edition.
They are dropping a new edition. They are doing the play test. They're doing like a 32-person game.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Sign me up.
It's crazy. Like they are huge this year, and it's White. We've talked about White Wolf coming back, and are they really coming back? But it
World
sounds
of Darkness,
like yeah. One of their big selling points, and I'll give them props on this because WotC got their hand slapped, is they're big on human created art.
Right.
Oh.
Fuck your AI.
Mm-hmm.
I want my human people to do all my art.
Right.
Drawing that line in the creator.
Hey, look,
there.
WotC got popped.
Yep.
For and it's Hasbro for freaking Magic the Gathering doing the AI shit.
Yeah.
So that's their like one of their big.
So I read that they're also doing something else with this, which is a live play.
They're doing a live play. They're doing all the things
that you can go and see version 6 being played before you purchase. Now, there is not a lot of good credit with this company and this property with the fans. From V5 was a little bit of redemption, but I mean, there's people that are still like licking wounds from Requiem. I'm really hoping that they take a big enough swing at this that they can plant some new roots with the game.
I think by doing what they're doing and they're not releasing, they're play testing. Yeah, I think that's going to be a good like hook for them.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Come see how it's played before you want to buy it.
Yep.
No doubt.
So I think that's all I got for.
Very cool. So big
exciting
names.
stuff on the big names.
Yep.
All right. Well, why don't we take a little bit of a break and then we can come back and talk about what's going down on the indie scene a little bit more.
Awesome.
Sweet.
When you sit down at the table, open the books, and spill out the dice, you're looking for an epic adventure. Tabletop role-playing is more popular than ever, and every day new players join our great hobby. My name is Steve Kellums, and I'm the host of the Epic Adventure Podcast. I'm just a fan with a radio voice, but joining me on this quest will be Mike Howlett, the co-founder of Oddfish Games, a great independent game company, and Christina Stiso, a PhD student studying game-based learning. Together, we will discuss all things tabletop gaming, from character creation to world building to setting and pacing. We will give you tips and tricks to make your games, well, epic. Like and subscribe to the Epic Adventure Podcast today.
This episode of Finding a Tori is brought to you by Wordleaf Media. The Finding a Tori podcast is looking for guests for our upcoming episodes. Are you or someone you know passionate about the TTRPG community and have a story to share? If so, contact us on our socials or reach out at wordleafmedia.com/findingatoria. And now back to your program.
Hey guys, welcome back from the break. You are with Finding a Toria, and we are talking about new games up and coming in the TTRPG world. And Malcolm has been doing some looking into what's happening from our indie creators. I think you were saying you focused specifically sort of like indie horror type scene?
And you know what? I didn't focus on that, but that's interestingly what came back.
So that's what the trend is.
That's what's really kind of trending right now in this entire concept that horror's going underground in the gaming world. And it's kind of transforming in this indie environment. And we're fucking getting weird again with some concepts. So I'm gonna break down a few of these as we go through. The first one that I want to talk about, I actually want to dive into a little bit because it is very attractive to me from a game system. It is backed hard by the Morkborg adjacent crowd, but it is a game on backer kit right now called Femoria.
Oh.
And Femoria, if you recognize that term, you'll probably know a little bit about it. But it is a folklore horror game set in an Ireland that faced calamity supernaturally, and you are sort of left there dealing with the remnants of this
Oh gosh.
apocalypse.
So the Fomor versus the She and the Fomor won?
Okay, so yes, so there's all of that in there, and what they're really trying to sell to you here, and why the game. First of all, I can tell you a little bit about where it lines up, and the whole pitch for it is Celtic nightmare fantasy, underground kingdoms in a constantly shifting terrain. God-devouring survival.
Yep. Okay, this sounds freaking awesome.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, can we play this?
Yes.
So we're on backer kit now, and when I say we, I will get you a name of a company in just one moment because I'm walking around the wrong part of the website. Just la 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 la. But yeah, they're telling you to brave the darkness, eat the heart of gods, and purge the filth of the red plague in a shifting subterranean world.
Oh, that's awesome.
Rules light, epic folk horror TTRPG, once again powered by Morkborg. Art heavy. The book, the cover is absolutely.
Oh, can you imagine the Celtic artwork there?
It's absolutely awesome. And yeah, as you move through here, one of the things that you're seeing is it's a representation of kind of what the indie community is doing. And it is this return to horror themes. Mm-hmm. That are not just monster based, that they are more conceptual in nature, and that they are they're doing a little bit more with the psychological element of it and the trauma facing survivalism sort of thing of it.
Keeping it fantasy, but integrating the survivalist
absolutely
game style.
Which
absolutely
just makes me kind of like some of it. Ugh.
Yeah.
No doubt. So as we keep moving through the list, once again, I thought that one was really cool. I might back that myself.
Yeah, do they have a release date, or do they not have enough yet for the backing?
Oh, no. They're clocking dollars there. I'm not sure of when they say that you can sign up for a mailing list, and your estimated shipping at this point is November of this year.
In time for the holidays.
We'll talk about a little bit. There are
Black Friday deal
problems with shipping for lots of
that's
companies
the
right now.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm just going through some of the art on this book, and it's incredible. Go check them out on Backer Kit. And if I can, I am going to dig up, because it should be right in front of me, the the company who's putting that out for us. Give me just 1 second there. Until then, we will keep it going with this horror themed indie trend that is going on. And one of the things that I found just disturbing as shit, that they made a GM-less game through was a concept of this micro-emotional horror game. And one of the representations that they have of it that I found was called The Deepest Dark. And it is, I'm not going to dive quite as deep in there as some other games, but it is meant for GM-less play.
Oh.
It is a communal resource pool game, and it is about emotional deterioration and tragic outcomes because you are not fighting a monster in the deepest dark. You're, grab onto your ass, trapped underground and probably not getting out.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like anxiety-causing games.
Seriously.
Like, for real.
What the
Like,
What? Okay, so
somebody buried your sandbox.
I gotta say, like, what does this say about where we are right now? That these are the games that are being
Now that one
brought
feels
out.
kind of right now, and that one begs the question. Here's the next one that just is like on the nose with an arrow from Flynn. We go from the micro horror of the deep dark, and I'll go back to the other one in a minute, but hold on to your nuts for this one, friends. Corporate horror is now absolutely a thing.
Oh yeah, there's so many like shows out, movies.
I present to you WFH, Worry, Fear, Horror.
or work from home.
This is peak 2026 energy because it is eldritch horror. It is all of those things coming through the portal and the madness. But you work remote? Yeah. And the only channel of communication you have is a work-based chat.
Oh
No, like,
It
I
is-
have
it
enough
is the-
anxiety.
You want to talk about a product of the madness of
Right?
being locked in your home
Yes.
and not having an option. It absolutely, it blows the mind. There's a couple others out there that I thought were really cool. You've got a Weird West horror one called Death Valley. It's out there. It's on a 0-year engine, and it is narrative horror. But the premise is you're already an undead resident of a cursed frontier town.
Oh, okay, that one could be fun.
You don't get to start out, as the noble
there's no
cowboy.
hero.
Bad guy.
Oh, I run the saloon. No, you don't. You eat people. So that the horror trend kind of continues on, and what you're seeing from the indie developers is that people want to get there. They want to get into this horror element that is not necessarily there is something dark, humongous, and menacing, even though some of the games are really going that way this year and some of the better ones are. These are dealing with like little complexities of trauma and weirdness. And
this is a lot more things in your head versus,
Yeah.
Evil.
Monsters.
And the
Yeah.
the indie niche is kind of scratching at that itch that seems to be out there. Now, one that we've already talked about already is the religious horror and the
Nuns and
resurgence.
Guns?
Sisterhood
Yes.
Nuns and Guns makes yet another appearance on our podcast.
Because who doesn't want to play Nuns and Guns?
It just it speaks for itself. So yeah, your cathedral horror, your holy relic horror, the possession mechanics are huge out there. Sort of that
Possession mechanics. I like that.
I do like that too.
that sort of corruption and possession thing is sort of an Urban Shadows-esque sort of influence thing. And people are wanting the horror more as vibes. This goes to our narrative trend in gaming, where we don't want the horror to be baked into the rules.
Right.
And,
it doesn't have to be as crunchy.
right. And
Sure.
it doesn't get scary until the dice tell you that it's scary. It's already implicit. It's already part of the game. One of the ones that is coming out and we would be remiss not to talk about. So, Dr. Christina Stiso over at Oddfish Games is going to be bringing her project of Leviathan Rising to GenCon 2026. There's your first plug. Second of all, there is an event that is sold out already. Congratulations to her
Yeah.
on that. And it is going to be that much different than micro horror. It is macro horror. It is you are facing the incursion of these world destroying entities and elements of
Eldritch horror.
right, monster form. And you're on this team to take care of this. I understand, and I have on decent authority that we are going to be offered as a podcast an opportunity to run through this game with
Before
its creator
anyone else.
before GenCon, and we are going to come back and talk to you about this, but we're super excited about it. Once again, that is Odd Fish Games.
Yay.
That is Dr. Christina Stiso of the Epic Adventure podcast, and that is Leviathan Rising. The event is Welcome to Leviathan under GenCon events. And from what I understand, that's a hot ticket, friends.
Yeah, it's very exciting for Christina. My understanding is, and I was going to ask a question in general about all of these games,
yes.
But my understanding for Christina's game, that she's introducing a new mechanic.
I think there's going to be something
a new game engine type thing.
Very unique in it. I don't know enough and don't want to
Don't want to spoil anything, but just something unique coming out of there, which is going to be really fun to see.
Very excited about it. Very much looking forward to taking a swing at that and seeing it maybe a little bit earlier than most. But that's it. That this sort of idea that the trend, and we did one of these sort of before, where the trend was whole that narrative pull.
Yeah.
And it seems that we're going a little bit, at least on the indie side, this
towards
more
that
the horror
and trying to evoke those emotions at the table.
Is there anything that you guys are seeing on either side of it that is mechanic trending? You know, how the games are being presented or played? Anything new or interesting on that end? Or is it just sort of the same stuff in a different place, different, you know?
I'd have to look more on Hope and Fear, but we went over that one.
Right. Yeah, that
Daggerheart is the one that's like middlemaning it.
Yeah. I just, to the idea that, like you said last time we talked about, it was really this change in gaming that was that narrative mechanic. Just didn't know if there's anything new coming from the mechanics perspective.
We discussed it a little bit, but I think that you are going to find more game ecosystems than you are going to find manuals coming out. You know, the PDFs, it's going to be driven by PDF content, but people that are going to part with their hard-earned coin are really looking for that multi-game level touch with a little tabletop element, right? And you know what?
Give me more.
I'm a Magic the Gathering guy. Give me some cards that I can, let me deck build while I do it. I think that where indie is going to have problem meeting that production cost to do that, I think that you're going to see more mechanics that are sprinkled across different formats of gaming to once again make it more accessible and draw in tabletop, card, token, map-based games to get all of your elements.
Well, I will say that, like, one thing I love about TTRPGs and playing in those worlds is that it just never seems to end, you know? Like, there's always an expansion. There is always something new coming around the corner.
The sandbox
sandbox, yeah. It gets bigger. And, honestly, there's not enough time to play all the games I want to play.
No.
And on the downside, like, there's a lot of games I want to play. But, on the other side is there's always something new and interesting to sit down to.
Yeah.
Which is incredibly fun.
You're not stuck.
Yeah. And something for everyone. I'll come back to, and I don't think we've put that out there too much recently, but, our sort of core mission is to bring people to the table. And so the thing that I love is that for people who think that TTRPGs are not for them, because they're thinking just Dungeons and Dragons or, just Vampire, some of those things that are people know the names of more often.
You're not stuck.
Is to hear and listen that there's something for everybody out there.
Can I just jump back in a little bit on Femoria?
Yeah.
Free League Publishing, of course, doing Femoria, lead designer and creator Tanya Herrero. And so Femoria.
I think we might be playing Femoria sometime at the beginning of next year.
or sooner if you'd like to send us a copy.
We would be happy to play the game, test it out, and sponsor it on the show.
Gosh, part-time playtest. All right. That's all that I had on the indie stuff, but I want to get back to that, and I wanted to echo Arcadia's sentiments on we've never had it better as hobbyists.
Yeah.
We've never had a wider menu.
And it's not as niche.
Right.
anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't have to. If you've got a problem with the ethics of a company, a big
You don't gotta buy it.
fucking company,
And there's so many good independent builders out there.
go check out your independent people. Check out Odd Fish Games.
Yeah.
And they will be at GenCon.
Just for some reference for our audience, if you've listened to us in the past, Oddfish is who we've brought to the table before as far as they've built out excuse me, the Radiant system that we've brought onto the game and showed people how that works. And so just really, really fun stuff coming out of that company.
I think that we're going to have a hell of a promotion episode for him before the event, but I'd like to do that around the Leviathan Rising game that we will get to try, and then talk about all their other cool stuff that will be found there. Yeah.
Very cool. All right, guys, thanks for joining us at the table today. We hope you enjoyed our little update on what is coming in the world of TTRPGs. And we hope that you will check out more of our episodes. And you can find us on our socials, Facebook, Insta, YouTube. Look for us, Finding Atoria. And you can also find us at wordleafmedia.com/findingatoria. And if you head there, there's a beautiful little Patreon button. Feel free to support us in our efforts here. Our caffeine addiction is well known and could use some support.
No shit.
We love you guys.
The caffeine budget.
Right. We love you guys. We're so grateful you listen. And we will catch you next time. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye. This episode of Finding Atoria is brought to you by Wordleaf Media. Find us at wordleafmedia.com/findingatoria if you or anyone you know has stories or other good things to say about TTRPGs. Get a hold of us. You can find us on all the social medias.
This episode of Finding Atoria is brought to you by Wordleaf Media. Are you interested in sharing stories of your favorite TTRPG experiences? If so, reach out at www.wordleafmedia.com/contact us on our socials, or you can now leave a comment on your favorite Finding Atoria episode at our Wordleaf Media YouTube channel.